G'day guys and welcome back to a Fixit Fingers quick fix. Today we have got one of these to install. Here is what this should look like. And here is what it currently looks like. I have lots of these in the building that I maintain and they're 50 years old, so you could probably forgive them for exploding slightly from time to time, and I've had to replace quite a few of them. Today we're going to a lovely white model. We're going to pull this out, install the new one, only a few tools needed, very simple job. Let's see how to do it.
Right, the first step is the second hardest part of the whole project. I'll let you guess what the hardest part is. Removing the fly screen without breaking it into 5 pieces. There she goes. Okay, the dead window winder has to come off. This one is only held down by 2 screws. You'll probably find most of them are a very similar construction to this model. Prop open your window just a little bit. Mine's stuck down with paint, but do watch it doesn't fly off as you unscrew the chain from the window itself. A little bit of persuasion with the paint scraper, and that's ready for the bin. Look, these are all pretty generic. This is a Whiteco from Bunnings, the big box store here in Australia, but I'm fairly sure you'll be able to find very similar brands. I'll put some links into the description of where you might be able to grab one online. Very simple mechanism. This one has a key lock on it, though not all of them will. A little bit stiff to start with, but that should loosen up with use. Wind in, wind out. You get the picture. First step, we attach the faceplate to the window. Mark it out. I was quite lucky. My old holes were identical to the new ones I needed, but they weren't deep enough. So we grab the power drill and screw all the way through so we can see those holes on the other side. This is the security plate, which will be on the outside of the window and give the internal screws something to grab into. Find the drill bit the right size recommended by the manufacturer. Do a quick test to make sure that you have got the right size drill bit. And now you're not punching all the way through the window here. Be very, very careful. You only want to go the depth needed to get those prongs to fit flush with the surface. Now the eagle-eyed among you will notice I've just installed that faceplate upside down, but for the moment it doesn't matter, it's just a placeholder. We'll fix that later. Clean away all your dust, and now it's time to position the main unit. Usually that will be flush up with the edge of the internal window box, but it doesn't matter if it's a little bit too far towards you. Also, keep in mind that if you have a fly screen like I do to install, you must account for that thickness if it's going to sit between the window and the winder. Just start these holes, don't go all the way through, we're literally just leaving marks. You'll notice here that my new holes want to be very close to the old holes, and that's not fantastic. So here is a very quick tip. Grab yourself a bamboo barbecue skewer, a little bit of wood glue, fill those holes with the glue, shove in your skewer, and snap it off as flush as you can. For that slightly wider hole, do the same thing. Invert your skewer. Use the pointy end to jam it in like a nice wedge. Tap at the back of the chisel. Cut that off, and then I sand straight away. I did not wait for that glue to dry, no real need. Doesn't look the prettiest, but it doesn't need to. It'll be hidden underneath the winder, and it will allow you to drill your holes for the mounting of the physical unit. Now I've corrected that little error and I have flipped around the faceplate so it acts as a support for the chain as it should. Loosen those screws off a bit, secure the main unit to the window frame. I like to finish it off with a screwdriver just so you don't overdrive it. Give yourself a bit of cord. Hook the window winder onto the faceplate and again hand tighten those down. It is literally as simple as that. This one's got a press lock and a key for security. And functions nice and smooth. How easy was that? Probably about a 15 to half-hour job. And for those playing along at home, yep, you guessed it. The hardest part of the whole process will be putting the fly screen back in.
My job's not quite done because I had to break off this bit accidentally. I need some double-sided tape to stick it on. Just be aware that there are going to be some little things like your trim that needs to be trimmed down. I've got a Dremel, but you might need to use a grinder or a file or something to make those things fit in if you've got the fly screens. That was a very quick fix. This will all be painted nice and white to match the roller eventually, and it will look $1,000,000. Well, this is city property, so not far wrong.